All right, today we're going to do something a little different. We're actually using a company's website as our main source material. Now, this isn't an ad, not at all. Think of it as a case study. We're going to break down how this one company, the Signmaker, uses its own website to build some seriously powerful customer loyalty. And in doing that, we might just uncover a blueprint for trust that pretty much anyone can learn from. So it all really boils down to this, right? What is the secret ingredient? What makes a business one that customers don't just use, but one they genuinely love? Is it the product? The price? Maybe the people? We're going to tackle this explainer like an investigation, using the evidence we find on their homepage to figure out how they win people over so darn effectively. Okay, first things first. To really get a handle on the promises a company makes, we've got to know what they actually do. So our first stop is just getting a clear picture of the services they offer. So this chart lays it all out pretty nicely. You can see they cover the whole spectrum. On one side, you've got your online products, perfect for someone who needs a standard sign for an event, quick and easy. But on the other end, they handle these massive, fully custom projects for buildings and whole fleets of vehicles. So right away, you know they're set up to help everyone, from an individual person to a huge company. So now we know what they sell. Let's dig into what they promise. This is so critical because this is where that foundation of trust really begins. What does the Signmaker tell every person who lands on their site that they can expect to get? And you know what? It's incredibly simple. Instead of a bunch of corporate jargon or a dozen buzzwords, their entire reputation seems to rest on just 3 clear ideas. We are fast, our stuff is top quality, and working with us is super simple. That's it. It's a really clear, memorable standard they're setting for themselves. And here's where it gets good. They don't just say fast, which, let's be honest, can mean anything. No, they put a number on it, 4 business days for most standard signs. Right there, a vague promise becomes a concrete, measurable benchmark. It totally manages your expectations from the get-go.
And they do the exact same thing with their promise of simplicity. $13.50, flat rate shipping. You know that awful surprise you get at checkout sometimes with other sites? Poof, gone. It's another simple, totally clear move that just makes you trust them more.
Okay, so this is the absolute turning point. They've made some very clear, very specific promises. It all sounds fantastic on paper. But do they actually pull it off? We've heard what they claim. Now we need to find the proof. And lucky for us, it's all right there for us to see. So let's get to the heart of this whole thing. The company literally gives its customers a megaphone. And this is where those promises get a serious reality check. We're going to dive right into their reviews and see if what they claim actually holds up in the real world. First up, let's tackle that big promise of a fast turnaround. Is it just some slick marketing line, or do their customers actually feel that speed? Let's check the evidence. I mean, wow, talk about a high-pressure situation. 4 days before a wedding, and they made it happen. This isn't just a review, you guys. It's a story. And it's a story that powerfully backs up their promise of speed when it absolutely matters most. And see, it wasn't a fluke. Here's another one, 48 hours. The customer even uses their exact word, speedy. When you see this pattern over and over, you know it's not just luck. This company is consistently delivering on that promise to be fast. All right, so they're fast, check. But what about the quality? I mean, speed doesn't matter one bit if the product you get is junk. So let's pivot to their second pillar, premium quality. What are people saying about the actual product? Blown away by the quality. You really can't get a more direct thumbs up than that. This person is pointing out the look of it, the vibrant colors, the rich artwork. It validates that premium part of the promise. It's not just a sign, it's outstanding craftsmanship. And here, another customer talks about a completely different part of quality. Durability, the strength, the rigidity of the materials. So between just these 2 reviews, you've got customers confirming that the products look great and that they're built to last. That premium quality promise is looking pretty solid. So they're fast and the quality is great. But what about that third promise? Was the whole experience easy? Was the customer service actually helpful? Let's find out if the process is as simple as they say it is. And there it is. The customer uses their own keyword, simple. But notice what's really being praised here. It's not just a website, it's the staff, the design team that made it so easy. This proves that the promise of simplicity is baked into their customer service too. Now, what I love about this review is that the customer doesn't just say it was easy, they break down why.
Great communication, efficient, flexible. It's basically a report card for an amazing customer experience, and this person is giving them straight A's.
And sometimes the experience goes beyond even those core promises. This customer is thanking them and then adds, and the jelly beans. Cute touch. It's such a small detail, right? But it's that little human touch that makes the whole thing memorable. It shows they care. So, after looking at all of this, the claims they make and the evidence from their own customers, what's the big takeaway? What can this teach all of us about building a business that people actually trust and want to tell their friends about? This is it. This is the blueprint we've been looking for. It's a really powerful cycle. It starts with making clear, specific, measurable promises. Fast, premium, simple. Then, and this is key, they provide a stage for social proof. And what's the result? Their own customers do the selling for them. Every single promise is backed up by a real person's story, which proves the central lesson here. The proof is always, always more powerful than the promise. And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. We've just seen how this company uses testimonials to build this incredible fortress of trust. It really makes you wonder, in today's world with endless ads and marketing noise, has the real, authentic voice of a happy customer become the most powerful sign a business could ever hope for?